You know what really sucks is that the Ravens and the Browns won. It would have been so much nicer to have the Ravens and the Browns lose and me make this video. I could sit here and say, we would still be last in the AFC North. But that's beside the point, guys, because today, at this moment in time, Jake Browning has put this team into the playoffs. 7-6. And listen, okay, I'm going to tell you the path to the playoffs. I'm also going to tell you personally, mentally, my mind, I see us bringing a Lombardi trophy home to the Queen City with Jake Browning at quarterback. Nick Foles did it with the Eagles in 2009. I don't want to hear anything. I'm delusional. I'm a Jake Browning stan now. Okay? I am a Jake Browning stan. Look at my shirt. Is mayonnaise an instrument? I say, is Jake Browning a Super Bowl MVP? Bachi, no, because he says, no, Patrick. You know what? I that looked better in my head, okay? So starting off right away, we have some games that are still going on. Right now, the Broncos are absolutely handing it to the Chargers. And to be honest, we need the Chargers to win, but the Chargers already down by a lot. You know, usually they just charger it up, but they're not going to because they're already down by a lot. I think the Chiefs get the win in the end here. This game doesn't actually really matter too much. I mean, sorry, it does matter, like 3 percentile, which is a lot, to be honest. I'm completely wrong there. I thought it didn't matter as much, but it does because of the wild card playoffs. Let's say the Chiefs do go ahead and win that game. These games don't matter. I'm just putting them in for purposes of to have the game solidified as a game. NFC games do not matter for us. And I want to check real fast. What are the Raiders doing? I know they're tied 0-0 with the Vikings with 5:30 to go in the game. Hang on. I'm not even going to joke on that one. There you go. We're going to win that game. But for this week, let's do this week first. Okay, so let's say the Raiders win, although I don't know who's going to win that game. Let's say the Vikings win, actually, then. Eagles, Cowboys, doesn't matter. This game does matter. Surprisingly enough, we need the Dolphins to win. Now, this game does not matter unless the Titans start winning some games. If the Titans win this game, and then they win next week, and then let's say they win the week after that, that's when this game matters. Game right now does not matter, but for the future, it will matter down the line. So we want this to happen right now. Just nail it in the butt, you know. No bullcrap here. Just have the Dolphins win that game and just take out the Titans from the playoff competition. Alright, so leaving this week, if all these things happen, obviously if the Chargers win, we're in the playoffs and we have the 7th seed and we're, you know, controlling our own destiny at this point, pretty much. But obviously, yeah, you know. The Broncos are winning and Brandon Perna is very happy. So let's go ahead and go to our next week. We could beat the Vikings because I think we can score more than 3 points. Currently, the Vikings have 0 points versus the Raiders. And at one point, the Vikings looked like such a great team. Alright, so if we beat the Vikings, what else do we need to happen to make the playoffs? Okay, first off, Lions. I was going to say that this would be an easy win. And I would say this is an easy win a couple weeks ago. And the Lions got absolutely fraud-checked by not only the Ravens, they got fraud-checked here by the Chicago Bears today. Yeah, Chicago Bears destroyed the Detroit Lions. So, fraud check alert, and it came back positive, Lions. Listen, Lions, you're all frauds. Please just beat the Broncos, okay? Just beat the Broncos, come back and beat the Broncos. Titans, Texans, man, oh man, I would not say this would be the Titans game. And this is why I said again, like I said before, we need the Dolphins to win this week because the Jets just absolutely mollywopped the Texans. And I think the Titans can beat the Texans. Now, again, like I said, that's why this needs to happen because if they win this game and this game, now we're starting to talk about the Titans in a potential playoff spot. So, this is when things get a little bit, more in the bad side. It's funny. Last week, I was like, yeah, this is never going to happen. The Bears put up freaking 30-plus points on the Lions. Give me the Bears, bro, in an upset game. Colts, Steelers. Colts, yeah, lost to us, but I think you can beat Pittsburgh. Who else we need to happen? We need the Ravens to beat the Jaguars, which the Jags just lost today to the Browns, but then the Ravens barely got past the Rams. Cowboys beat the Bills. Cowboys, I swear on everything. If Dak Prescott wins this game, he is officially a top 5 quarterback for me. I don't care. I'll say moving forward. I'll say every single game, he's a top 5 quarterback. All right, so now going into our next week into week 16 now. We will be at a 39% chance to make the playoffs. We got to beat the Squealers, which I think we can beat the Squealers. I don't think that should be that challenging, especially not how they play 2-10 teams. Now for us, though, we're going to need some things to happen. So Texans are going to have to lose to the Browns. Now, I don't think that should be that challenging. Hopefully not that challenging, Browns. Come on, just get the job done versus Houston. Bucks have to beat the Jags. Okay. Patriots have to beat the Broncos. Yeah, they beat the Steelers, and the Broncos are a team that could throw a game or two. Now, again, keep in mind, if we win out, all this case scenarios don't really have to happen. This is just if we don't win out, and, you know, how soon can we make the playoffs, pretty much, okay? Falcons beat the Colts. And now going into week 17 versus the Chiefs, we sit at an 86% chance to make the playoffs. Now, if we win this game or this game, we are 100% in the playoffs, okay? 100% if we beat the Chiefs or we beat the Browns. One of the two. If we lose both these games, which again, you know, it is possible. I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to beat both teams. I'm not that delusional, okay? But if that's the case, that happens, we need the Chargers now to beat the Broncos in Denver, which right now doesn't look like they're going to beat them in LA, so that's not a good sign. Seahawks beat Steelers. That's not hard to do. Jags lose to the Panthers. Can I have an easier one? Raiders beat Broncos. You know what? The last time the Broncos beat the Raiders was like 7 years ago. So, shout out to Brandon Perna for that little tidbit of information. Titans beat Jags. Colts beat Texans. Let's go with Colts beat Texans. I don't think that's that crazy. It's in Indianapolis, too. And then give me the Titans beat Jags. I don't think they're going to season sweep them. It is in Tennessee, though. Patriots beat Jets. Bills beat Dolphins. Give me Patriots beat Jets. And that's 100%. And that's if we lose 2 and win 2. Now, what if we lose to the Steelers? Is there a scenario? Oh, this is so painful. This is going to be the most painful one ever. Because look at this, right? All these are minus 1%. So let's go with the first game I see. Chargers have to beat the Broncos. Panthers have to beat the Jags. Patriots have to beat the Bills. Titans have to beat the Jags. And the Steelers have to beat the Ravens. The Chiefs have to beat the Chargers. And the Colts have to beat the Raiders. This game doesn't matter. Colts beat the Raiders. Chiefs beat the Raiders. Commanders beat the Jets. Or Browns beat the Jets. I'll take the Browns. I'll go with the Clownies. 100% make the playoffs. That's if we lose 3 out of 4 games. No, we cannot lose out and make the playoffs, okay? That's not going to happen. But, theoretically speaking, if everything perfectly goes right for us, we could lose every game but 1 and make the playoffs. But, you know what? I like the idea that I think in my head, which is I think this is what is going to happen. If I'm being realistic and I'm not being delusional, that's what I think will happen. I don't know if we beat the Chiefs. Chiefs are really freaking good. And as long as, again, like I said, Broncos win. Well, we need the Chargers to win, but Broncos going to win. I'm just going to be realistic here. Chiefs win. Going down this list here, Bears beat Browns. Lions beat Broncos. Give me an easier one, please. Chargers beat Broncos. Oh, I hate you so much. Raiders beat Colts. I think that's logical. Jets beat Browns. 100%. Well, 100% if I put in all the games. But yes, it's going to be 100%. So we can make the playoffs, guys. We're going to make the playoffs. Question is, how far are we going to get in the playoffs with Jake Browning? My guess is a Super Bowl and a Super Bowl MVP. Peace out.